What are you and God talking about, wrestling with, doing?
Funny that you ask. I'm in the season right now of just self-care. I've been dating myself and really trying to figure out what I like and want for myself. I've always been the type of person to give and do for others, and honestly, a lot of times it's to my own detriment, where it's taking away from myself. I've leaned on other people for guidance, for assurance, for confirmation and things, and I think in this time, as far as dating myself, I'm also dating God. Like, this is a time where I'm being able to have connections and conversations with Him about what I should do next, and just being still. I think that's the season that I'm in. I'm coming out of a long-term relationship that failed when I didn't think it would. I thought that would be my husband. This has definitely been a time where I've learned to love myself and listen to God and what God wants for me as far as the next stages in my life. So it's definitely a me and Him season, me and God versus me and everybody else. I think the biggest lesson from my breakup and just my time in dating myself and God has been that I'm enough. In my relationship, there was a lot of doubt that I had about myself. Like, am I good enough? Is something wrong with me? Why is it that I can't get things right? And I think that the biggest lesson is like, you're enough. Yes, you are enough. You are more than enough. Oh, yes. We love you. Wow.
I feel the same way.
I knew those darn questions. So dating God, right? Like, just like you would date another person, instead of you going to text somebody because you don't have nothing to do, or instead of texting that person because you need to hear some validation that they are going to give to you, or you needing to spend some time with them cuddling and watching some romantic movie to make you feel less than or more than as far as what you're doing in your relationship, you do that with God. I spend time in the house watching, Christian stories on Netflix to learn more about the Bible and the stories and the people that are there for you to learn from. I spend time praying. I spend time doing community service and giving back. I'm spending time doing the things that God wants for me and being in the peaceful moments where He's speaking to me versus filling that time with a significant other.
How did you deal with the scariness of knowing I have to get out of this? Because it's very easy to stay comfortable.
Yeah.
And just chill and not change anything up.
So it's funny because I struggle with it. It wasn't something that came easy as far as it coming to an end and me knowing, okay, it's time for you to walk away. Funny story is I went to church and the message made me think I'm thinking that this is coming to an end. This isn't for me anymore. But I don't, maybe it's a different message. So I ignored it. I ignored it, and then I went to girls' night. I went to girls' night with Daughter of a King, and I asked them to pray for me and to have God tell me, is this something that is for me, or is this something that I'm supposed to leave behind? And within a month time frame, God showed up and showed out and showed me some things that it was undeniable. I couldn't keep going the way I was going. I had to just leave it alone. And so it was hard, and even after I said, okay, this is it, we're done, of course there were some lingering conversations and feelings where you're like, maybe that wasn't really the right thing. We've done this before and had success in trying to work it out. And more the message just became so much clearer. This is not for you. This is not your husband. This is not where you're supposed to be. I have something so much bigger and better for you. And I had a sense of peace. I had such a sense of peace. And the next time that I came to a Daughter of a King event and they asked me how things were going, even me communicating to them that it was the end, I was so peaceful about the message. It's over, it's done, and I'm much happier and have been enjoying my life and this next season that I'm entering into. So it was hard, and I know a lot of people who break up, especially with long-term relationships, probably go through the same thing where you're kind of doing the boomerang, where you're back and forth. But there will come a time that there's nothing that can stand in the way of what God wants for you. It's going to become like things are going to happen, stuff is going to shift, and things are going to align that is no way around it. And that's what happened for me. I'm Takiyah, and I am a daughter of a king.